So we're back here today at Sage Music School, located in Long Island City, for the LIC concerts. Today we have Mieka Pauley in the studio. Did I say your name right?
Yes, you did.
All right. I'm always asking, and so far I'm like 3 for 3.
High five.
Yay! High five. So Mieka Pauley is starting to get a name for herself, for her sharp wit and her smooth voice. What can you tell us about your music and your style? Like, I have a lot of questions, but what can you tell us about the sound that you've been kind of developing lately?
That's fine. I've been at it for years, and so I guess over 12, 13 years, I've sort of fallen into folk, singer-songwriter. I tour a lot solo, just me and acoustic guitar. It wasn't necessarily what I was influenced by. Mm-hmm. So growing up, I was influenced, classic rock or old jazz, like Billie Holiday or Ella Fitzgerald, stuff like that. But as I fell into it, I started listening to people like Patty Griffin or Jeff Buckley, and my sound has become more in that niche.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit of like a soulful acoustic, but I hear so many different things, and a lot of the times you don't exactly go chordal where the listener would expect you to go. That's something that was the most startling thing, aside from the lyrical content that we can get to. But musically, I was kind of anticipating notes that you would normally expect, and I think you dance around them. Sweet,
thank you for saying that. I was actually trained classically too, and I sang in a lot of choirs. I think there's a lot of voice leading going on,
right?
And just being exposed to more than the 3 chords that would generally be used.
Yeah,
in folk or country,
Yeah, you can hear that.
Thank you.
It sounds like a big quilt, like a patched quilt.
Sweet. I like that.
Yeah.
An angry patch quilt.
Still keeps you safe at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's multifunctional. It's a multifunctional quilt. So the one thing that I've always been asking the artists that have been coming to do these interviews is, where'd you get your start in music? Go back to the earliest musical memory you've ever had.
Oh, if we're gonna go way back,
yeah.
My dad, his side of the family is very musical, so his family would always be singing. He'd be singing. My first true memories are sitting at the piano with my dad, and he, one Christmas he bought me, but really him, he bought me the Beatles songbook, and so we would sit at the piano and play all the songs out of the book, and we'd sing together. Although there are memories that I have memories of people telling me about it. I don't actually remember this happening, but I would, unplug appliances, as my mom's vacuuming, I'd unplug it and I'd use it as a microphone, and I would sing to her. I don't remember doing that, but I was told I did that.
So you're probably the first kid to make a vacuum instrument. I don't think I've ever heard of that. That's great.
I was wicked smart too.
Yeah, from what I've gotten to know about you, you've performed a lot. You've done a lot of professional things as well. And as singer-songwriters, we all aspire at some point to have. It's nice to have accolades, and it doesn't drive the writing or why you do what you do, but it's a part of sustaining what you do.
Sure.
And you've had a lot of great fortunate things for your career. What are some of the things that you can look at and be really, really oh, that was special?
Some of the stuff, I was on NPR's Mountain Stage twice.
Yeah.
And that part was great. Just
That's
being
wild.
able to, yeah. And it was crazy being in front of the huge audience, and just that show to begin with, and sharing the stage with a bunch of really cool acts, but also just the idea that it's getting rebroadcast and people hearing me that way. I got to sing the national anthem for the Red Sox 3 times. Disclaimer, I'm from Boston originally, so it was a special thing. It's not like I was being a traitor and going to Boston and singing for the Red Sox. So I got to, and they lost all 3 times, so I wonder if I'm a bad
Oh, no.
Yeah. But, those 2 come to mind. I was pretty happy with both of those.
Yeah,
pretty happy, understatement, pretty psyched.
Yeah, those are, I would be so nervous. I'd probably let out 2 notes.
The national anthem is probably a little bit more nerve-wracking than Mountain Stage. There's Mountain Stage, I'm doing my own stuff.
Yeah.
the national anthem, it's just like, the range is huge.
Absolutely.
And you have to sing it right, or you like shame your country, disappoint the baseball teams, But it turned out okay.
There's a lot of angry people at sports arenas.
Especially in Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're very passionate.
Yeah.
So like in the digital age, as an artist, how do you feel about this kind of current state of affairs about music today in 2015?
I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm making most of my money traveling.
Do you make peace with the digital part of it, that a lot of artists are have really no choice but to learn and understand and also use as a tool? Like,
yeah, I'm at peace with it because it's mainly discovery for me. They're not really taking away from my income.
Yeah.
I'm performing out, I'm playing live shows, I'm selling physical CDs to the audience. There's something about that one-on-one that I think in the moment people buy CDs from me rather than saying, they'll get it on iTunes later.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's taking away from my income there. And then it's just so easy to share and get the word out.
Absolutely.
It's like I can't imagine what it was like years ago. Trying to get the word out. People don't know what you hear, what you sound like. All they can go by is what your posters look like in the venue. I like it a lot better. I'm not going to complain about like the few cents I get a month from Spotify. I'm not in it for that. And if it's the way it is too, you have to make peace with it. I'm not Taylor Swift. I can't really, I can't flex any muscles there.
Right.
So it is, and so you become at peace with it.
Yeah, you have to kind of see how it works for you. Use it to,
Yeah, approach it positively.
Right.
Yeah.
And what are you currently working on? There's an album you put out, The Science of Making Choices.
I released that in 2012.
2012, right?
Yeah.
Was that your last record?
It was, and I understand that it's now 2015. So
We're still listening to it. There's a lot of material there, to sit and
absorb.
Yeah, absorb.
You need about 3-ish years.
Yeah, that shelf life.
Yeah. So
the shelf life of The Science of Making Choices is 3 to 5 years.
I'm not that prolific. So my last album before that, I did release an EP in between, but my last album before that was 2007.
Mm-hmm.
So what is that? That's 7 to 2000. That is 5 years. I think I have till 2017.
I was right, 3 to 5 years.
Album. Yeah. See, we're actually correct. Yeah. We'll see. I'm writing fragments, but I do get hit with writer's block a lot, and I'm in the middle of about a couple years of writer's block. So I'll get fragments, but there's no completing the song, because there's like this, whoever this is, it's like the anti-muse, as you're writing it's looking over and saying like, oh, that's crap, so, hopefully that passes, and then I write, an album. And that's another thing too, in terms of being prolific, what you hear in my albums is everything I've written. It's not like I'm choosing 12 songs from 20, it's like I wrote 12 songs and I'm like, it's time for an album. A lot of people, they get to have that sort of flexibility, and
it's so interesting to hear about like a writer's method or of delivery. Like some people can just pump things out, and they treat it like they do like breakfast. It's very like daily to them.
Yeah.
And then others, like it takes years, and then when you get it, it's powerful and it's a body of work. And it couldn't be separated either way. It's almost like a snapshot of that time period in their life.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of wish I could just sit down. I've tried that. People have recommended for writer's block, you sit down, same 2 hours every day and just write and something will come out. But it's just too anxiety-provoking for me, just to sit there with nothing. I think I write the best when I'm distracted, when I have something else to do. If I'm driving or if I've got like sound check and I need to be there. That for some reason, that frees me up.
Right.
Trying to sneak in some writing. I don't know. I mean, it's subconscious. I don't know how to control that part, but...
Yeah, to me that makes sense. When you're writing just a song, you're totally naked, but, when you're writing a body of work, you're, like, kind of immersed in it. You don't have time to think about anything else.
So I have to put myself in a position where I can't think and just let it come out. We'll see. Check in 2 years.
So have you ever performed outdoors before?
I actually have. I did the LIC concert last summer as well.
So sorry, I didn't know that, but that's great. You know, like, firsthand.
I know firsthand, and I love performing outdoors. I mean, you're a little bit at the mercy of the elements, but otherwise, I mean, it's just beautiful. You know, people out enjoying the day. It's a beautiful sort of environment. You know, I mean, even last weekend, I just played outdoors in just outside of Philly at an arboretum. And it's just, it's beautiful being out in nature and not being in like a dark club.
Yeah. You know? There's a lot of dark clubs in Manhattan.
There's a lot of
in Brooklyn,
clubs,
especially.
Yeah. This is the opposite. It's just wide open space and, you know, singing to the community. You know, it's nice that you're outside so people walking by, they can stop and listen as opposed to intending to be there. You know, you just have people come walk up, see what's going on. So, yeah, I love it. I'm psyched to be doing it again this year.
That's awesome. And, you know, I also enjoyed, like, you know, how about the people that are even further away outdoors, and, you know, the way the sound travels, you know, when you're performing outdoors, it kind of almost, like, touches other spaces, you know? Like,
yeah, and I'm still part of their experience, too. They might not be part of that, you know, that me talking to the audience part, but I'm still part of their day, part of their enjoying the outside. Yeah. I never thought about that as well, but yeah, that part's awesome.
There could be people on the ferry, there could be people, like, you know, like all over.
Yeah, I mean, come to the show, don't just be riding the ferry hoping to benefit someone, but yeah.
You have to get off the ferry at some point, and when you do, we'll be there.
Yes.
Are you ever thinking, like, outside East Coast, you know, in the near future?
Outside East Coast, like...
traveling for playing concerts and...
Basically, I'm not seeking out the shows, you know. Maybe I'd be playing a lot more outdoors and a lot more stuff if I did. But basically, it's just what falls into my lap, you know. So the Arboretum, I'm just, yes, let's do it, you know. So why not? It would be nice, but it would have to happen in the next few months. That's what you're saying, right? Before it becomes, you know.
Or at least, at least on the East Coast.
Absolutely, yeah. Maybe I'll just travel south and do it there instead. I don't know.
That's always an option. So you're playing August 6th. That's
August
right.
9th?
August 9th. Sunday.
Sunday, August 9th. So whatever.
Yes.
One is Sunday is the one I'm playing.
Sunday, August 9th. Yes. Gantry Plaza State Park. I think you go on around 7.
I don't know. It might be earlier.
We'll post a link. Yeah, we'll post the info on the video with the link.
Confirm the times.
We'll confirm the time and everything.
Yeah.
But you where can we check out your music?
I mean, you could just go to like my central website. It's Mieka, so Mieka.com.
Mieka.com.
I before E except after C, and from there you can find any music anywhere. But I'm on YouTube, Spotify.
Yeah.
SoundCloud, like wherever you're listening.
You have like a music video out there.
I have music videos from my 2007 album. Nothing from my 2012 one. But I do have the album up there with just a static image of my album cover. So you can still, you know, watch the YouTube video even though it's like not me acting out the song or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's live footage on YouTube too. So you can catch that too.
Or you could be at the concert.
Or you could be at the concert.
And, you know...
Leave it up to chance.
Yeah. We could be a part of our own live experience. All right. So you're performing Sunday, August 9th at Gantry Plaza State Park. This is Mieka Pauley. And this is Elevator 9 in partnership for LIC Concerts and Sage Music School. Thanks for coming out and talking to us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.